introduction and overview. Another example of structure gone wrong, take a look at Scrooged with Bill Murray. Okay, wonderful cast, great ideas. The original A Christmas Carol is based on the notion that Scrooge is not a mean person who goes after people. He is a person who is not generous. He lacks any generosity. You know, he's stingy and he lacks generosity. And it keeps showing people that he could help. For example, the children's names are want and need, okay? And they are things that are lacking. So the message to him, the argument to him is, here's want, here's need. You can fulfill those. You have plenty. Give, okay? It wasn't saying stop doing what you're doing, because if Dickens had tried to accuse the entire British business community and say, what you guys are doing is wrong, change your ways, he wouldn't have gotten very far. But if he says, hey, it's great to make money, it's great to be a businessman, it's great to build up wealth, but give a little, do something extra, do something else. Don't change what you're doing, that's fine, but add something new to do, give, okay? And that's what it was all about. That's how he wanted to make social change. So he wouldn't get nowhere slapping across the face, you know, but if instead he just tells them, open up a little, then he's going to have an impact. So when it comes down to it, that is the message of A Christmas Carol. But in Scrooge, they take the character and they make him a mean character. They make him a character who is intentionally doing mean things to people, hurting them, because they figure, well, let's make him more of a villain. We'll improve on the original. But the argument they make is still the same. It shows people who have needs. It doesn't show people who have been hurt by what he did. It shows people like the drunk who dies because he didn't give him anything. It's still, if he had some generosity, you could help. But his problem isn't that he doesn't have generosity. His problem is that he's actually out doing mean things. Now, it's a little bit of hodgepodge, because they do have where he doesn't give out big Christmas presents or something. Okay, they pay homage to that. But in fact, the focus of it is on, this is a mean guy who has to stop doing something, not a guy who has to start doing something. They could have made it work if they had people who had been hurt by his the things that he did and suffering from it as examples. Then he would see, oh, look at all the people I've hurt. I will stop doing that. And they could have done another spin on the Christmas Carol and make it a person who was proactively mean instead of withholding mean. Okay, but when you mix the two, it didn't work. That's why Roxanne works so well. Is that when you change who caused the problem, you have to change the ending. When you change in Scrooged what kind of a problem he's got, you have to change the argument as to why he should change. And that's why it didn't quite ring true and it didn't become the big holiday classic they wanted. That one thing alone. If they fixed that, it would have been a holiday classic. So sometimes something that has all that going for it can be marvelous, and one little thing, even a title sometimes, one little thing can wipe out an entire production and all that good possibility, because there's just one little linchpin in there that doesn't ring true, and it makes it not complete. The audience or reader wants a complete experience, not an experience that brings them up to the point of orgasm and then says, oh, sorry, coitus interruptus. Okay? They don't want that.